Hello, everybody. In this video that we're going to talk about the complex ring project. So at this point, you should have experience enough from your basic ring that you understand the process. And that was the whole point of that project. Is just to know how to carve wax, how to get the sprue on, how to, ideally you should have your metal ring by now, ideally, um, and and you just know what to do. And this is where you can take it to the next level. And I'm sure there are some of you I was probably already holding back because you wanted it to put a name in, you wanted it to change the design, and I kind of held you back just so you'd understand the process. So complex ring, at the very beginning here says write down 5 things that rings can mean to you. This can be how specific design can mean. Um, how a specific design can mean a specific thing to you. Beyond that, a ring means like a commitment between two peoples in our culture. Um, even think about the class ring. That some people get or choose not to get. Because when you get the class ring, that's a complex ring. You can choose a stone. You can choose a stone color. You can choose different designs that are on the side. Kind of depending upon what you might have really got into when you were in high school, kind of thing. So just kind of think about that. Just come up with 5 things. I have this down here just to show you different ways you can make something more complex. Understand that we are limited to what we can actually do. If you really get into jewelry, it can get very high tech. And there are a lot of tools out there, like anything else, that can make the process a lot easier. Okay, so this is just to kind of, I don't know, get you interested, if you find that you really do like it. Um, I do want to teach you about diamonds because I believe, at some point in your life, you'll probably want to buy a ring or want to buy like some earrings or some kind of a jewelry that will have diamonds in it. And you might wonder why, you know, they're so expensive, or they can be so expensive, and other diamonds can be so cheap. What is it about it? So you're going to watch this video by the GIA, which is like the Geological Institute of something. So hopefully I'm kind of right on that. But you'll write down the 4 C's here. One of them is like cut. So you write down cut here. Another one is like color. And then they'll go into very specific of what each of those C's mean. And then the scales, make sure you put down those scales of what it is. Okay. Scroll down a little bit farther. On another video, we are going to go to a store like Kohl's or Helker Jewelry, in town here, just to kind of write down what the 4 C's are and the price. Not every, I was going to kind of explain, not every place advertises that, what their C's are, kind of thing. So you just got to be a little cautious, about that. And it might be a synthetic, rather than a naturally formed, diamond. So I don't know if you even knew that, kind of thing, that there are, diamonds that are grown. Um, do you think it is a good price, or do you feel like it's overpriced? Because there is a high markup, on jewelry. So that's why stores can get away with like half off, 50% off sales, because of the amount of markup that's on it. I was over at Elker Jewelry one time, and we were talking about people bringing in jewelry, to sell to them. They're more interested in larger diamonds versus the smaller ones, because he said he's got a whole bin of small diamonds, kind of in the back, to put alongside of rings and stuff like that he doesn't need any by any means. So he's got a ton of them. So so those small diamonds are not always really good, because there are so many that might be out there. So it's just an interesting, kind of looking at from those perspectives. Also answer this question on the side. Now that you have learned about diamonds, how they're graded, what is your perception of them? Why do you feel as a world we put so much value on them, that people have suffered over the procurement of such gems? Because there are a lot of movies out there about these mines, in certain countries that, the conditions are hard, the people are poor, and it's just, is it worth it, kind of thing, to get a diamond at the suffering, of another culture, so I'd be kind of curious on what your thoughts are on that. So Down below, we will also have a video that will talk about how to draw your ring. That I'll be kind of talking about here in a second. But the ways that you can make a ring more detailed are like this, and there's probably more out there, but these are the main ones. So you can taper a band. So for example, on this one, it's thick on this side and then thin over here. So it's tapering from thick to thin. That is one way to make it more complex. Okay. Another one is like you carve in a design on the top. This is not something where you change the whole ring itself, okay? But you focus on just the top of the ring, find a way to carve it. I'll give you a couple demonstrations here in a minute on how to do that. Um, and then just kind of come up with something, but keep the band very simple. You know, on the other side of that is total band alteration, where you typically have something where you've changed the band all the way around. The wave pattern is a very popular one from some of the students. Trick is on that one is to get them all lined up. Okay, but you're changing the band all the way around. Another one down below, it says adding wax. We'll have a demonstration on that, but you can add wax, and then sculpt that. It doesn't matter that it's red wax, putting on a blue ring or a purple ring, because they're all going to be cast in the same metal. Okay, but you can kind of add wax, and it's got to be safe. You can't have these spikes all over it, kind of thing. So do talk to me about that when you kind of get to that situation. Um, Stones, what we have a small bin of stones. There's a lot of in there. You got to really pay attention to how thick it is, because we're going to be sitting inside. We're going to be kind of super gluing it in place when we're all done, and you just got to make sure that it doesn't poke through, through the ring, kind of thing. Because some of them do kind of go a little bit deep. Okay, so stones is an option, but also realize that it's going to look very different, because it depends on the metal you have. I could take this really nice clear, stone, put on this blue wax ring, it's going to look pretty neat. And then you actually put it on your ring, um, and you might not like it, just because like, well, I didn't realize it was going to look so different. It does, because you're looking at between, brass, copper, and nickel, silver. So you got to kind of choose, which metal that you want, and you got to envision what that's going to look like in the end. Okay. In terms of grading, um, you know, b- b- you got to get your stuff done up top here, in the packet itself. Then down below, main learning targets. Band thickness, top and side of the ring are well crafted. Is 15 points or 30% of your grade. Overall ring has good design, and that's about 20% of your ring. And then buff to a mirror finish with no scratches, which is 5 points or 10% of your grade. Okay, so you have a lot of points there. Kind of same thing we did our basic ring. So other than that, let's switch over to the demonstration here on how to design your ring.